What's up, tubers? Welcome back to the channel. What's going on here? We got Datsun.
Marsha!
I was watching another YouTuber's channel. He was doing a shop card shout out, Mars, and he started talking about his 510, and you could just hear in his voice how he's sad that one got away. And man, as a car guy, can I empathize with that? You know, I've had quite a few cars in my time, and there are a few of them that definitely I regret not having anymore. And one of the little Datsuns was one of my favorites. It was not any of these. It was a Datsun 110, a B110. More on that in a minute. Hearing him talk about his 510, I've got a few. I've got two of these, and I've got this one. And in light of the one of the last videos that I did, this viewer inspired. You know, this one's for you, buddy. What I do with it, which direction I go, I'm not sure. Like I said, I've got two of these and this one, and then I've got another one of these. You saw the yellow one that I built not too long ago. I've got another one of these stock, and I've got the BRE version that has a little bit different of engine parts and the decal sheet, which is kind of toast. And as I was looking through these, getting ready to do this, I noticed that the decals in this one are actually pretty clean, and they're close to BRE-ish, the similar colors anyways. But yeah, whatever, let's I'm gonna get into this one. It's not really gonna do an unboxing per se. I mean, I am gonna take it out of its bag just so I can see it a little bit better, for comparison's sake. It's pretty limited kit. It's curbside, and that was kind of where my build idea stopped, or not stopped, but stalled. Don't you love that when you open a box and you find, oh, I guess that's what I was going to do with that one. Yeah, I was thinking about putting an RB26 in it, or I don't know, but the cutting that hood is going to take a lot of work. I'd have to cut it on that side and that side to isolate this whole piece and to get the hood out. Oof, just to put a motor in there, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. Because, you know, it's a good looking car. I mean, I could just put some different wheels on it or whatever. What does it have? It has the stocker hubcaps. I mean, you know, for a stock car, cool. Like I said, I'm not going to do an unboxing. It's a pretty limited parts count, pretty basic. You know, it's got a basic interior and some undercarriage stuff, but it does have an engine bottom, which is kind of what led me to start thinking this way, going, well, I could, but cutting the hood open might be a little bit more than I really want to get into. I'm just going to do a stock one on this one, keep it clean, and we'll get more into the custom in one or both of these guys. And then, yeah, for comparison's sake, you know, as I'm sure you all know, there's 124th, 125th. Oof, boy, let's get to the side of it. That's a little bit different. So, you know, they'll live on different shelves. But this is a more involved kit. I mean, you know, it's not like a hardcore or anything, but it's got a higher part count. It's got a full engine detail, and a nice interior detail. And this is old Revell, just like the other Datsun I did. This motor doesn't take much to detail it up and make it look really nice. But the decals out real quick while we're in here. That's BRE colors. It doesn't say his name on there, and so what? It's, you know, the Sunnies and the Datsuns, they were a big part of the racing development for them in Japan. And we'll get more on that in a second here. Let me, what we'll do is I'm going to shift cameras and we'll go to the computer. So whenever I get into a build, even if it's something that I know about, I usually like to get on the interwebs and do a little bit of research about it. And the name of these cars, the Bluebird and the Sunny, it's actually, you know, I mean, I don't know if you call it interesting, but it's, you know, there's some history there. But before we do that, I mean, look at that old school I might go with some color like that, with like the yellow or that green. But here's the 110 that I had was just like this. It was that hideous green. You know, I mean, it was, those tires were tiny. It was adorable. I painted houses out of that thing. I was a brush man at the time, and you know, so I didn't really need much. All I needed was a step ladder, a few drops, and drop cloths, and my box of brushes. I'd pull up into job sites and, you know, mansions in Pebble Beach with all the subcontractors and their pickup trucks, and I'd drive right up on the footpath of this little thing. Look out, painter coming through, brush man, gunslinger. Yet I digress. I mean, it was such a fun, cool little car. And, you know, like I said, I'll look on the interwebs and see what's out there. And I started looking at the name of them, the Bluebird itself. Bluebird and Sunny, that's something that they use in Japan. Sunny was actually a name, it was a contest. The contest, they had it with a bunch of people, 8 million people entered, and they chose Sunny was the winner. And they're all, they have that nomenclature in Japan. Over here, we just call it by the number, the Datsun 1000, Datsun 12,000, B210, 510, etc., etc. And the name Datsun, actually, it started with, let's see, where did I find that here? It'd be a little bit easier on the Wikipedia. The Datsun Dat. It was a company DAT. DAT. They made little trucks. They made little pickups. They made these little trucks, these little cars and things. And then they made another one. They were trying to get into the smaller car market, so they called it Datsun, or Son of Dat. And then that later became Datsun. And there's a durable, attractive, and trustworthy. And then the Bluebirds, that was, like I said, that was a name that was used overseas. I mean, it's basically a 510. The model that I just looked at, it's a 510. We just call it that, and they call it Bluebird. So I'm gonna get back over to the bench and look at what we got there and start building it. Oh, look. Oh, there's one for sale. Oh no, it's sold. Oh, 35,000. Yeah. So I got a mess of Datsuns here. All kinds of Datsuns. I'm a Datsun freak. I don't know. Just, you know, you always remember your first girl, they say. Their first car, their first truck was a little Datsun truck, and then that little 110 car was hilarious. And it was so small, and I'm a big guy too, you know. So me riding around that thing, it was very clown car-ish. So I'm gonna. There, it's official. It's out of its bag. We did an unboxing. There's parts and stuff, and then I'll do this. I'll do this. Voila! All right, stay tuned. Coming up.